preparing the screen now.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Screen now. Okay, we are live.
Okay, sir.
All right, so hi everyone, good evening, and it is still 2 minutes to go. So what I would say is, in these 2 minutes, let me tell you a short brief about the podcast. So this podcast started when the first lockdown had just begun. And that's when everywhere that I could see on the newspaper, in the WhatsApp messages, everywhere, there is just a lot of negative things going on. So I thought, why don't I start a podcast where I talk about positive things? And I have done an interview with Arun Ramaratnam last time. And a few sessions before that, I have also spoken about the power of positive thinking. And today, as you can see from my background, we have a very interesting topic to talk about. And why is it so interesting? Let me give you a quick little history lesson for that. So I love telling stories. And every weekend I have storytelling sessions. And in my sessions, various kids join. And the fascination is, whenever they are joining, sometimes they will rename themselves. Somebody will say, I am Black Panther. Somebody will say, I am Iron Man, or any other cartoon character that they are currently passionate about. But this one kid who always used to rename himself as sometime as Titanic, even once I saw that his background or his virtual name was the architect of Titanic. So when he joins, his virtual background used to be of the Titanic ship. Once or two times I noticed this, and then I asked him, hey, what is this about? And that's when I came to know that he's really passionate about Titanic. So somebody being so passionate about something, that made me curious. So I asked him a few questions. And today, in the 12th episode of the Positivity Podcast, we are going to have on the virtual stage Pranav. So Pranav, can you please start your video?
Hello, sir. Hello, everyone.
Hello. Hi, Pranav. Thanks a lot for being on my podcast. I'm really happy that you're here. So what I wanted to know from you was, that when did you read about Titanic for the first time?
Sir, could you repeat it again?
Sure. When did you read about Titanic for the first time? Can you hear me?
Okay, sir. So one day my friend told me about the Titanic movie, and then I got really fascinated about that. I asked my parents whether the ship is real, and I asked to buy books about the Titanic, and then I started.
Okay. Okay. So Pranav, how old are you and which school do you go to?
Sir, I am 9 years old and I go to Shri Kumaran's Children's Home.
Okay. And you stay in Bangalore? Pranav, do you stay in Bangalore? Hello, Pranav, I'm not able to hear you. Yeah, I think I can see you now. I can see you now, but I think there was an internet issue. Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can.
Okay, great. So I was asking, where do you stay? Which city do you stay in?
I stay in Bangalore.
You stay in Bangalore. Okay, cool. All right. So you told me that you asked your parents for this book, and then what happened? Which books did you get?
I Titanic, and another is Magic Tonight on the Titanic.
Okay, okay. All right. So when you told me about two different books that you got, and what all did you learn about Titanic from them?
I learned about many things like it had 16 safety compartments which could hold if crash or something happened and part on the
16 safety
Titanic,
compartments.
which is the double bottle. I learned about and I learned about many more things such as it was called as a floating palace. It had playgrounds, cafes, restaurants, and much more.
Wow. It had cafes, restaurants, and much more. Nice. And it had multiple levels, just like a building. So rightly said, it was like a floating palace. And do you know about the creation of this ship? It's such an iconic ship.
So what?
Do you know about the creation of this ship? How was it built? Because I assume in those times they did not have so much of machinery to automatically put things one on top of each other and then build the whole thing. So have you read about that as well? About how it was built and
it was built in Belfast style.
I'm sorry, I could not hear you.
I don't know about how it was built. So I know about some things like
Pranav, I'm not able to hear you.
So are you able to hear me now?
I can hear you, but I'm not able to see you. I think your video is paused right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see it now. I think it's the connection issue. There is some connection issue because of which it might be happening. Never mind. But I remember in one once in a class when you were there, you had renamed yourself to someone else who was related to Titanic. Who was that?
Thomas Andrews.
Thomas Andrew. So was he the architect of the ship?
He designed the ship. Yeah.
He designed the ship.
About how the ship should look like.
Okay. Okay. Because because in my case, I learned about this ship only through the movie. And when I went to see the movie, I could see that they recreated the ship. I saw what all things they had shown, the huge amount of people that were there on the ship. And I think that's really where most of the world stops their fascination, because they just know about the ship and that's it. But I think going one step beyond and reading about it, I think that's really good. So what are your future plans about this? Do you want to continue this passion?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I was really fascinated when I heard about the Titanic. I built this Lego ship, and someday I want to build my own shipyard and build two ships which can rescue the wreckage, and I want to display the wreckage to the world.
Oh, so you want to build two ships in your own shipyard who will rescue the wreckage of Titanic. Oh, wow. That's a nice dream to have. And it is dreams like this that actually create companies. When somebody just sets an aim that this is what I want to do one day, and then they set their sight on that, and then you start working on it. So I'm sure that now that you've got this clarity, it will be really good, and I'm sure that you would be going there soon. So you told me about this Lego ship that you created. Can you show it to us?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Wow.
This is
Various different compartments. At the bottom, I can see there are various different things and levels, right?
yeah.
And did you refer to some book about this, or did you just create it on your own? Because usually for every Lego piece, there is a book that shows you how to build this. But in this case, I don't know if there is a book that shows you how to build a Lego Titanic.
Sir, I built it by my own. First, I saw a YouTube video. The Titanic was different. It was from a set. So I got the Legos which I had and built this Titanic.
Wow. Can you walk us through? There are so many different parts of the ship.
Yes, sir. So can you see these things? These squares?
Yeah, I can see them. Yes.
Okay. So these are the lifeboats.
Okay, the lifeboats. Okay.
There are 20. There are 20 lifeboats, and then these four things are smokestacks, chimneys, which let out the smoke.
Okay.
This is called as a crow's nest, where the people sit over here and see whether any obstacle is coming.
Okay. Okay.
And over here, this is the thing to stop the Titanic on her maiden voyage.
Okay.
It was used like this.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So that it doesn't float through the wind and crash into something.
Okay. So you see, there are so many things which are related to Titanic that many people don't know. And when I was researching about this podcast, because when I heard about it from you, I thought, wow, who is this? Who built this ship? And there are so many people who have been talking about the ship. They talked about the pictures that are associated with with the ship, and there is a lot of information on the internet about this. So in the book that you read, is there a story also that they have written about how the ship sank and what all things they could have done?
Yes, sir. I mentioned about two books. So in one of the books, there is a fictionate story about one brother and a sister. Yeah. And in the second book, there is a story where it said how many crates of food did it carry, and the double bottom, the decks, and everything.
Okay.
And maybe how it sank.
Is this that book? Is this the fact tracker book you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. So my young listeners, if you are also interested about reading more about Titanic, you can read this book called as Titanic Fact Tracker, and it is published by the Magic Tree House. Nice. And I'm sure it has a lot of information about this, right? With pictures and all. Does it have pictures?
Yes, sir. Both. It has pictures in both books.
And this one is the Magic Tree House with the cartoon edition where it's a story about a brother and a sister on the
Yeah.
Titanic.
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. Okay, and I think reading about this kind of books is really what helps you to learn the same story but from two different perspectives. Can you see this happening? This is also this is a group of people who were all sitting in a room just trying to understand why did the Titanic sink. So this is a US Senate investigation of the Titanic sinking, and there was a lot of inquiry about this. Many people were curious as to what exactly was happening. See, this is the Arthur Henry Ruston receiving award from Molly Brown. So this is also the captain who was there on the ship, or rather who was going to be on the ship.
Captain Edward Smith. Captain
Edward
Edward Smith.
Okay, so the rescue is done by Carpathia.
Carpathia.
And Carpathia was the ship that rescued everybody at 3:30 a.m. And the person we saw earlier receiving the award, he is the person who saved the people from Titanic. The people from Titanic, he came and he saved them. Okay, so yeah, and the main reason that I invited you on this show is because I am a very passionate person as well, and I keep reading about something or the other, and then that one little topic is now with me for the next 2 weeks, and I keep reading about it. I listen to podcasts about it, and when I saw you doing this, I thought, wow, you have started much early, but you are on the same path. So I think, Pranav, what you are doing so far is really good, and I see that you have that interest in storytelling as well. So I'm sure that you would be telling stories about this, and you would be getting more and more interests as you grow. So what are you currently interested about, or is this interest still continuing?
I am interested about Titanic and it's still continuing.
Oh, you are still continuing the interest in Titanic.
Sir, I even watched documentaries about the Titanic.
Oh, okay. And what new information did you get from the documentaries?
I got the information that a person called Robert Ballard
Okay.
uh, discovered the Titanic wreckage in 1985.
1981. Okay, he discovered the wreckage. All right.
1985, sir.
Oh, 1985, the year that I was born. Okay.
Sir, and do you want to know how it was found?
Sure.
Okay. So, sir, what happened was Robert Ballard was supposed to see two submarine wrecks, but ended up finding the Titanic wreckage and found it.
Oh, I wonder how he came to know that this is Titanic that he's looking at, right? Because I'm sure when you take a deep dive down looking for a wreckage, you won't know that you're going to get this kind of a wreckage from there. But did they talk about why they haven't actually extracted it out already, if they found it?
Sir, it's there are many receptacles on the bowl, like here and everywhere. There are holes, and it's even a bit broken. So if we try to attach a hook and get it out, it may break further.
Oh, so they want to keep the Titanic as is, even if it is underwater, it is okay. As long as it is intact, it is not broken, it still is preserved underwater.
It is broken into two parts, but as of now, it is safe there. You don't have to remove it.
All right. So, Pranav, thank you so much for coming on my podcast. Is there a message that you want to share to all the kids who are going to watch this video?
Yes, sir. Sir, please continue learning about RMS Titanic. I want to do more podcasts and tell about RMS Titanic.
Super. Okay, thank you so much. And I wish you all the best. I am sure when you grow up, you will have your own shipyard and your two ships will go in with new technology and they will extract the Titanic two different parts. And that's why two different ships. Now it all makes sense to me. So thank you so
Yeah.
much, Pranav. I really appreciate you coming on my podcast. And all the viewers, thank you so much for watching it live. And I'm going to make this episode available on YouTube as well. And I hope you have your children to watch this and take inspiration from Pranav and grow the passions that they already have. With this, I thank all of you for watching it live. And thank you so much again, Pranav, for being on the show.
Thanks for the opportunity, sir.
Most welcome. Most welcome. So you have a safe evening. Stay safe. I will talk to you in the next storytelling session that we have. Bye-bye.
Bye, sir.
Bye.